Good afternoon and welcome to SM Live, back for live stream Friday, show number 24. It's great to have you with us this afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Chris Stott, so nice to meet you. And if you're watching live, great to have you here this afternoon. If not, and you're watching back on our SalesMaster YouTube channel, hello. Don't forget to click subscribe so you can access all of these live streams and our tips and tricks and things that are available on the channel. So I've got Howard with me. Howard, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Good week.
Very good week. Yeah,
exciting times.
And back-to-back live streams this afternoon. That was good. Another go live. That's another dedicated session for a group go live, which was good.
Yeah, and we had one this morning as well. So yeah, no, it's been really good. So yeah, filling up our Fridays.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got a good show. This is the show 3 in this month's series of top tips. So we've got reporting today. So always a good one. Looking forward to hearing your top 10 on that. We've got Annette.
Yes, we've got 10.
Yeah, good. You found 10, have you? Well done. We've got Annette moderating as always. So please, do join us in on the chat. I think you need a YouTube account or a Gmail login, and then you can put your questions through on YouTube, which Annette will send through to us, and we can put on the screen and then talk through those. So it'd be great to have you interactive on the session. And don't forget, please, as I say, to subscribe. So click that subscribe button to get access to all of the future live stream content. Okay, I think we should probably crack on then, Howard, shall we? Should we go straight? Do you want to get your screen ready? And
yeah, 1 second.
We can go straight in. So any questions, just drop them into the YouTube chat. I think, say you do need an account just to be able to interact with Google and YouTube on that, but it doesn't take long, and then you can access the chat through YouTube. Okay, mate, I can see you now, so let's drop you in. Cool. Okay, mate, over to you. So what are we going to start with? What's tip 1?
Tip number 1 is deliverable this quarter. So vehicles that are deliverable this quarter. But that could be any period of time. So we'll look at that together. But that's where we're going to start. Obviously, it's a slightly different situation as we're currently in at the minute. But obviously, as the stock starts to move into the different statuses, then obviously picking that up from your report that you've built. So yeah, exciting.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's always worth mentioning that actually when we talk about stock in SalesMaster, it's not just physical stock, consigned stock, etc. It does include pipeline as well. So yeah, Howard's showing that on the screen at the moment. The feeds would come through from the factory. And as those vehicles do progress through the supply chain, obviously there's some real challenges with that at the moment. Appreciate that, but as the build weeks get arranged and as the slots get confirmed, that will just flow through and you'll be able to see that. So we think deliverable this period, whatever that might be, whether it's month or quarter or year, would be a useful way to see the stock as it starts to get those build slots confirmed.
Yeah, and I suppose this one we can do this in 2 different ways. So we can do it off the vehicle status, but if some of the brands that we get the estimated delivery date from, another key feature to use for that if you've got the luxury of having that. So we could build both actually. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Go for it
if you're ready.
Yeah.
What should we choose? Should we choose Audi?
Yep.
As it's top of the list, and I always avoid it because it's top of the list. But let's go with Audi. So we've got obviously the different vehicle statuses as you mentioned there. We're just looking at deliverable this quarter, so we're gonna go back slightly because we could easily just say, actually show me all my vehicles that are over a day old, and then that would pick up anything that was kind of available right now. And even if they're sitting in the storage centre, they're obviously having that count off of the consignment date as well. So we can do it various different ways, but we're going to use Search Builder, and we're going to start with doing that by the status. So we're just looking at Audi, so we're going to do that on here, and we're going to start typing it in as we do. So really simple way of finding the header that you're looking for, because there's lots obviously of information in here. Again, we can do it by status code, or we can just do it by the status. So let's look at that. So we could say, actually, we just want to see vehicles that are at the storage centre, or of course on site. So we could do it that way and then apply that. Or if we did go off the status code, we can say, actually, show me anything that's more than status code 38, for instance. So that would bring all that information through. So we've got quite a number there. I bet everyone wishes they did, but you can see they're captured in there. And of course, I can just go straight in and bring that through. So I might just use column chooser actually quickly and just bring in vehicle status code, bring that into the view as well. So you can see where we're picking that up from. So the earliest one should be status code 39, which it is. There you go. So it's on the ship on its way. And then, of course, we can just go straight in and save that onto our view of the stock as well. So
this quarter.
Yeah, like so. And then we can share that with our team. So I could just share that with you. There you are at the top, sitting at the Audi Centre.
Yep.
Or, of course, I can just ping that and just drop that as a tab. So, but yeah, obviously I'd want to kind of share that out to my team anyway. So I'd certainly be building that report, sharing to all of the relevant colleagues of mine to say, let's sell from here first, because these are deliverable at this stage.
Brilliant. That's
so
a good one.
Really,
yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to show one more on that. So I'm not going to add it as tip 2. I'm not going to get an extra bonus for this one, but I'm just going to look at a couple of brands or brand that do have that estimated delivery date. So again, I'm going to go for the Jag and the Land Rover, like so. And again, I'm going to go and grab the header. Of course, I've got the vehicle status as well, so I could do it by status. Let's just quickly minus the sold on there. So we're looking at these vehicles, and then we can go and grab the estimated delivery date on that, on those vehicles, like so. So you can see it's capturing all the dates. Some of them are old, where they've obviously still got the date captured in there, but they're obviously at the dealer. So we want to look further in the future on that, or a bit more of the kind of more up-to-date information. So if we start to type in estimated delivery date, we can actually select that. Do a drop down on that as well and say this quarter. So exactly as we mentioned as tip 1. So we've got 33 vehicles that fall into this quarter. So we're coming to the end of this quarter. So what you might want to do in a real application that's not demo stock is say, actually show me all the vehicles that have got an estimated delivery date of next quarter. As we move through the end of September.
But I think the great thing for this is the dynamic dates piece, that you don't need to go in and rebuild that report every quarter. Once you've done it, it will always be whatever you've defined. So, and similarly with the the vehicle statuses actually, and the Audi one that you did, isn't it? Because if you know what statuses fall within that, but obviously the estimated delivery date is a bit more, it's easier to be more specific, providing those estimated delivery dates are accurate, of course, which is... appreciate it.
Where again, hopefully picking up the file on a regular basis as they do kind of move further away, that it does give you that information. It does take that into consideration. So if it drops over out of this quarter and drops over September, it will fall into that.
Good. Okay. Good stuff. That's good starter. So that was tip number 1. So. Number 2, what have we got for moving on to
number 2? We're going to have a look. Let's pick on another model, but we're going to look at the real-time updates on tagging vehicles. So we're going to add a hashtag to vehicles, and we're going to share that with our team. But then we're going to add different bits of information to that as well. So cool. And then report on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So good. So there you go. I've gone for a completely different brand. So. There you go. So let's select some of these vehicles. So I'm just going to select how many? 6 is a good number. And you can see when I start to select that checkbox, my view up here changes. So I get lots of new options in that. These aren't always ready available for everyone. So you might not have hashtags or bulk updates and pricing and so forth. So do get in touch with us if that's something you'd like to consider for your SalesMaster, to be able to do these bits of function as well. So obviously this is myself logged in onto a demo account, so I get to see all of the different options on there. So just bear that in mind. Yours might look slightly different. So I'm just going to select manage tags, and I'm just going to add a tag to them, and I'm going to go set offer, so just a September offer for the to the close of the month. Again, I can once I've done that, I can share that outside. And we won't go too much detail into that, but you do, if you're sharing stock out to different parties or partners, you can select that to push that out to them as well. But I'm just going to do it for my organisation. So that's anyone that's got visibility in my SalesMaster account to be able to see this, like so. But of course, I'm going to share it out to them as well. So you can see now the 6 vehicles that we've added to that September offer. Again. You can see once I click on that, it just takes me straight to show me those 6 vehicles. So of course I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna create my own tag for them. So let's just see it September offer, like so. I would definitely share that and push that out to you, Chris, and to my team, and then obviously pin that as a tab as well. So once I've shared it, they would get exactly the same view that I've got here, as long as they've got permission to see this information. They would see them, and of course, because I've put minus sold as a vehicle is sold from this list, it just updates in real time. So you then kind of get that, once one's sold, you can see that it's just dropped down from 6 to 5 straight there. But if obviously it's a successful campaign and I wanted to add more vehicles, I can simply do that by just clicking on the vehicles, go straight to the tags, choose the vehicles that I want to add, and then select the same tag and then update those vehicles. So I've just added another 2, so hopefully we're going to go from the 5 that we were on, and then as soon as I click on that, we're straight into 7.
Very good. So that
I did that quite quick.
You did, yeah, speedy. And you don't need to rebuild obviously the save view and the tab or anything like that. Once you've defined it once and decided the name for your offer, it's then just about adding the tag to the vehicles that you want to include in the offer, and those that are sold will, as you just demonstrated, drop out from that automatically. That's really good. Yeah, that's another good one.
So
that's in your number 2.
A really good one. So,
yep.
So tip number 3, we're going to look at X-ray.
Okay.
So I'm going to go straight back to the default and have a look at everything. I'll probably just take out the sold vehicles again. So I'm just going to minus out the sold vehicles because I don't really want to look what fuel type or any information that's on sold vehicles. But I'm just going to select the bar graph there. So just to have a look at the X-ray. Again, we do look at these. Oh, it's picked up say it there.
I think you might need to reload that page actually. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That looks a bit busier now, doesn't it? So it's just looking at the say it one, saying it's too clever for my own good.
There you go. You were too speedy.
Yeah. So absolutely. So you can see we've got headers here. We've got the one we were going to focus on just for this point is around the fuel type. More and more kind of the EV kind of coming into the market now and replacing the diesel. Obviously, this is some existing old demo data. So, but we're going to look to see that grow as we move on. But if I just click on the little box there, it will bring them down and show me a count of those vehicles. But once I'm there, if I wanted to have a look at just a specific brand, it will just let me drill down into that specific brand as well.
And it's another way of firing off that search as well. So if you want to just see the electric Volkswagens, if you click on that electric 411, it will actually trigger then the search as well for that drill down. So yeah, it's just another way from more of a management reporting point of view to get down to the list of relevant vehicles, isn't it?
Yeah, and you obviously save it once you've created what you want to be seeing on a regular basis. The save view becomes really powerful for that because you don't rebuild this. You're just in it. When you've saved it, it will just remember the search and the criteria that you've added into it. So yeah, really really good way of doing that.
That's great. And those those charts that we've got configured on there, I think we have some flex to change those by SalesMaster account as well. So if you want, like Howard said, if you haven't got those in your environment, then let us know. But if you're looking for a different field that's in that chart, it's actually account based, so it's across the company rather than your user setup of those charts. So we do need to make sure it's as agreed for the whole SalesMaster account. But yeah, just get in touch if there's something that you'd like to see changed in that.
Yeah. Again, there's lots. We just chose the kind of the 4 kind of biggest impact ones that are as standard. It's a bit like when we first build the configuration for an account, which is agreed before kind of implementing. But having the headers is the same principle. What do you want on your X-ray? Here's what we've got, the suite that we've got available. You take your pick
from that.
So
Good.
We just find it there you go.
Number 3.
Okay,
so moving on then, number 4, tip 4.
Number 4, so we're going to look at grouping by days in stock by across by site actually.
So this is another management reporting style view. So we spend quite a lot of time showing SalesMaster for searching for stock, which is from a sales perspective to find the car for the customer, but equal benefits, if not more, in terms of the management reporting and oversight. So being able to, but not necessarily just see all of the list view and the rows of data. You might want to see that presented as a chart, a pivot table. So more of a grouping results. Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, I'm going to look at say it again because I quite like that today, and we're going to leave it open. So we're just looking at all say it vehicles that are not sold in this application. I'm just looking at new stock. So we haven't got any used stock, but of course SalesMaster and StockBook is available across all stock types, but in this case we're just looking at new, so just bear that in mind. But when I click onto Search Builder there, the little spanner, you can see I've got the filters. So I think we used that earlier to be looking at what's deliverable this quarter and selecting the Jaguar and Land Rover. I think I used it for as well. So it's allowing you to do specific searches in that as well. But we're going to just jump straight to the grouping results, as you say, Chris, to look at in what way do we want to group this information. Well, we're just going to go for site. So you can see there's lots of headers in there to find and to use with this, but I'm just going to look for the site, and then I'm just going to apply that, and I've chose a bad one, so I'm going to take out say it like so. There was only one site in say it. There was only one, so it looks like Audi seems to be the involved. There you go, this Skoda would be perfect. That will just bring it down a little bit for us. There you go. So there's 2 sites, so we can do that, and then it just gives us a bit of information, but it's only using headers that you've got on the front page. So it's just bringing a percentage, so that's just a percentage of that total stock of that 179, and then a breakdown of that. But I can also bring in some new headers using column chooser, so I can bring in the days in stock range, so it's exactly what we want to do. I can bring that in into the view as well, like so, and bring them and group them in, and you can see the average days in stock in there as well, as a grouping. So
nice.
really good way of doing that. And I think there might be, there you go, there's a days in stock group as well, so that it might not pull through any information actually. No. You can build the view of the data across, doing it by site across all of this information. And there's lots of other categories in there, but I don't want to ruin what we've got coming up in a sec, so I won't do.
Okay, that's days in stock grouped by site then. So what about tip number 5? Why are you going for that one?
So tip number 5, we're going to stick with a bit of days in stock, but we're going to jump back to our search builder, and we're going to look for vehicles, because every time I go into kind of search builder in days in stock, so I just type in DIS and you can see me grab it. I always use the drop down and say show me the vehicles that are more than, so capturing that kind of real time change and update. As a vehicle drops over a certain number, it falls into it, and so on and so forth. But if I just left it as is, you can actually you can put like a range, so you can try and jump in the range. In this case I could go for everything between 120 and 150 vehicles, so maybe pending adoption vehicles, like so I can minus the sold on that. And that will just be showing me the vehicles just in that range, like so.
So that's going to give you,
prove it.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to give you a getting ahead of any stock issues that may present themselves. So this is a way of, and coupling it probably with the campaign and the offers that you showed with the hashtags earlier. So to be able to grab that 120 to 150 and then put an incentive, put a tag on those stock cars before they become an issue obviously that's in a market where we have a lot more stock coming through again. So that will come back. Yeah.
Yes, it will come back. Yeah, I've got over 1,000 vehicles in here, and but yeah, you tend to find this is really useful when the stock is in a standard way,
and of course
hopefully comes back soon.
And it works in exactly the same way on used cars, doesn't it, as well? So used, demo, courtesy, obviously just within different date parameters. So you can just define that as part of that search criteria. So
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just catching them before it becomes a problem. You're giving yourself sort of 30 days to do something with that vehicle. Just remember, once that vehicle drops over tomorrow, it will drop out of this list. So yeah, you're only looking at that category. Yeah. Okay. So
tip number 6.
What we're on tip number 6 is one. And looking at the Volkswagens, but this time it's grouped by model name. So you can see we've got all the models that fall into that category. Obviously, this is being derived by the factory file. So in this case, it's SLI from a Volkswagen perspective, but you can see it's pulling up all of the category or models that are available. Then giving us the count of the vehicles. Of course, I can still search within this. So I can say, actually show me the minus sold, like so. The percentage again, average days in stock, how many are in pipeline, consigned vehicles, and then obviously the date ranges that I pulled in earlier as well. But you can search within them as well. So if you wanted to look at, actually show me all the ones that are automatic within that, you can just type that in and it'll find it.
That's great.
Always notice. Yeah, sorry, Chris.
No, I was just saying it's great to have that as a stock for a managed supply kind of view as well, when you're looking at what to order and what's, it's kind of getting that single page view of how your stock's made across either a division, a dealership, or a complete network, to be able to know where you need to add by, what model name do you want to add more stock to. So yeah, sorry, you were going to say, Howard?
I was just going to say about the blue. I don't always mention that. That the save view is the darker blue, and then anything that I use on that kind of fly is the lighter blue. So once I've done that and I've built that search, I've not saved it. So as soon as I go back and then rerun that report, it will just take me back to where we started. I'd say.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't want to add another tip, so. No. I'm not doing that.
Well, we're smashing through these. That was tip 6, so it's ready for number 7 already, I think, now then. So it's another grouping style view, is it, on reporting? Yeah, so
we have lots of other information that's available in these. So this is me just looking at more of a kind of the days in stock and kind of the adoption or consigned of vehicles as well, and the average days in stock and so forth. But there's lots of other coverage reports that you can build using that. So you might want to add it to that same one, or you might just want to reconfigure and build another one and save it as a different view of that data. So because there's lots of key bits of information. So again, I can go in and I can group that by anything I require. Again, I could probably do this by model name. So I know I saved the last one, but there you go. So you can see pulling through all of the model names on the Audis in this case within that as well. But if I go back to column chooser at this stage and use my search to have a look at coverage, so I can bring in bits of information. So I might want to bring in the cap coverage on that, image coverage. Again, this is not a live account, so you'll notice that there's not a great deal in there. Certainly from a video coverage as well, there shouldn't be anything in there. But you can see now I'm just building based on the model. So I could do that by site, I could do that by lots of different attributes of grouping that. But you can see it starts to show me the count on there. And during that training session that we had just a short while ago, Chris, where we grouped on these actual criterias in live, it showed some sites that were 100%, 100% on everything, where it's becoming the the kind of workflow tool.
Exactly, getting it consumer ready, isn't it, for powering as you say, powering the websites, getting the finance integrations. It all relies on those attributes. So to be able to see those in one place, to have those workflows built in across the teams, and then having that bird's eye view kind of how you're progressing across the stock mix. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So again, one that I could once I'm happy with that, I could build that into my save views. I can use Search Builder actually, so it kind of removes the ones that are at a good level. So I might want to say actually, the ones that have got a cap ID over a certain amount, don't show them because they've already done, and that dynamically then that creates that workflow. Needs cap ID, needs an image, needs a video if that's the case, and then off it goes.
Yeah, and I think we've got a couple of videos that we've shown where you've taken through the process for doing that in terms of building up the detailed workflows and views for that. But this is kind of that overarching, how are we tracking, isn't it, on the stock? And of course you've got by model name there, but it could easily be by site or by division or brand or something. Yeah,
I think if I take model name out, absolutely I could do it by lots of different attributes on there as well. As you can see.
Very good.
Yeah,
okay.
It has images on there. Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so that's the next covers tip number 8 then, mate. What's that one?
Yeah, tip number 8 is quite a relevant one actually, because we do get asked this question quite often about sharing to a media party but not knowing what you're sharing. So using StockBook to be able to do that, you can build a criteria that says any vehicles that are hit certain criteria share, but we also do have the ability to type that in as well. So we do have helpers up here to build those reports. So you can see here, as I started to type in AutoTrader in this case, you can see AutoTrader enabled yes or AutoTrader enabled no. So great if you want to build a report that show me the vehicles that need enabling to share again, or just looking at vehicles that are already enabled like so. So you can see, minus the sold, because we'd never share a sold vehicle with them anyway, or with any endpoint. They're always taken out of the criteria. But looking at AutoTrader enabled yes, that are not sold. And then you can just build your report absolutely how you want it. So, attention grabber maybe. Is there an attention grabber added onto there? The offer price on the vehicle. And you can see it just building a really nice view. So I know all of what's been added as an attention grabber is all captured in there. And of course, you can just go in and save it as you want. So I'll leave it as AutoTrader enabled yes. Yeah, it doesn't like that, does it?
You've done that before.
If it's already been used.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. There you go.
Yes, HC.
And then pin it as a tab. So I've already built it. Why do you want to build it again, Howard? But there you go. So you can see AutoTrader enabled yes, and that as people outside, other than yourself are adding vehicles to that. It just gives you that visibility of what we've got going across by whatever means you want. There's no reason why once it's in a list view that if you wanted to group it, actually let's group that by site. Fantastic report to say we've got 6 vehicles that are going across to AutoTrader now, and this is who's doing it.
Yeah, simple. That's good. Right, nearly there then, mate. Number 9, tip number 9.
Okay. So number 9 is building a report on under negotiation, and again, this is a really key one because we showed this on both of our training sessions today, and always will do. It's really key because you're opening up stock to multiple people across lots of different divisions in some cases, and brands that you're sharing that whole group stock to everyone. So if I start to type in under negotiation, you'll see here I've got the ability just to select that. So I'm going to say, okay, what's under negotiation right now? I've got 4 vehicles that are under negotiation, so that's good. So I can see that, but I also can bring in some certain headers on that. So if I use my search function again, I can say actually who did that by a site, who actually did that, like so, and then bring that up. And you can see now, I can see who did it. So you've done one, Chris, for me.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit slow afternoon. Yeah.
There you go. One of the electric ones that's fine. So then once you've built that report exactly how you wanted, of course you can, again, I keep coming back to it, but of course you can group that by any way you want to into the pivot table. But if I just want it exposed like that, I can just go in and I can save that if I haven't used that already. There you go. I told you I'd built some today on that. There you go. So you can see, I'm just within this short session that we've been on for just about half an hour.
Yeah.
I've built these views that are just going to be so key for me going through our business.
Definitely. And save the most important to last, haven't we? Around selling cars.
Most important. Yeah. You want to sell a car, so we can look at the sales status that is sold. So we can see the sold vehicles. I've got negotiated in there still as a header, but if I can take them out now, I might. Do you know what? That's actually quite a useful one, because I talk about this one quite often as well. That actually, if the sales exec was marking a vehicle under negotiation, but the manager was selling it, well, I'd be able to capture both then. So I could see, if I then go to sold by, do you see where I'm going now? Even I didn't know where I was going, Chris, thank you. But you can see that there. So, and if I go down a bit deeper and say, I don't want to see everything that's sold forever, I just want to see, actually, just show me everything that was sold today. Yeah, that then picks up who was sold by, and if it was negotiated before it was sold, that would capture that. Yeah. And in large, more often than not, that does happen.
Yeah,
a vehicle doesn't always just go straight to sold; it will go under negotiation before that point. So that's looking at everything that's been marked sold today. Chris, you're busier than me on that, which is good. Yeah. And then you can just simply save that. Like so, call it what you want, but I'm just going to say today, because I wouldn't have done that before. I have done that before. Okay, I'm going to pin that as a tab, and then I'm going to grab that. So throughout the day, business is flowing. We're selling vehicles. I can group these. I can even group this by the vehicle, where the vehicle was sold by, rather than where the vehicle belongs to. So I can just everyone's Audi A1, but imagine cross-site selling and all of that that will go on in a standard business. You can have that grouped, and then you save it. And once you've saved it, like we did today, you can ask it to schedule an email. So if you ask to schedule an email, you could say, right, I want to know that information every single day, and I want to know it after the business is shut. So at 8 o'clock at night. Some might. We might still sell some online, actually, but in the showroom, you shouldn't do. But you can see now you can choose the format. Do you want it as an Excel, PDF, or as a CSV? Any additional recipients you want to receive that, and you simply press save, and that will email you every night at 8 o'clock and tell you what you sold today.
Best report of the day. Yeah.
Super powerful. Yeah. As long as there is some.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's been great. Excellent. Well, and like you say, now you can see on the screen, apart from one of your snappy titles in tab number 3 isn't so great, but you can
that one.
Yeah.
Like that.
But you can see just how quick it is, can't you, to make those really powerful reports, as you said. So that's going to be super super handy. And there you go, just demonstrating another feature to edit that. Oh, cool. Okay.
There you go. How was that?
Very good. Live editing.
JLR this quarter.
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
That's better. Yeah. So that just goes to show kind of the power of the reporting and how quick it is to set those up. And if you don't have these any of these style reports and you want some help getting these set up, then please contact us. We can do that. There's loads of content for seeing, walk through this video again or other stuff on the YouTube channel. So excellent. Thank you, Howard, for doing that.
No problem. Thank you.
Very good. And if we cut back to the main cameras, then we'll just wrap things up. That's it's been a really useful one today. So thanks for that.
No problem.
And
happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yeah, and thank you all for joining us today. Those of you that have, or if you're watching back afterwards on YouTube, please don't forget to click subscribe and join our channel. There's lots more content planned for this. We've run this series of top tips throughout the month of September. I hope it's been a good month for you and can wrap the quarters up. So we look forward to seeing you all soon on the next one. So thanks very much, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.